Welcome to Cedarcroft. Today we're going to make hash brown casserole, and this is one of my absolute favorite recipes. It's reminiscent of the Cracker Barrel hash brown casserole, but in my opinion, it's a little bit better. So let's get started. The first two ingredients, 1 large onion chopped, and 1 stick of butter melted. Now I like to soften the onions just a little bit before I put it in this casserole, because then it cooks up so nice and the flavors are so good and it doesn't stay raw. If you put raw onion in your casserole, you're going to have to cook it a little extra longer just to get that onion to cook. So this is my trick. I cut up an onion, I dice it, and then I take 1 stick of butter and put it on the top of this microwave safe bowl, and I put this in the microwave for 2 minutes. That's going to melt the butter and also soften the onion at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. All right, so while we wait for our onions to get soft and our butter to melt, let's get going with the rest of the recipe. What we're going to do is mix up 1 cup of sour cream, and I have to admit, there might be just a little bit more than 1 cup in here because I really do like the flavor of the sour cream, but I'm going to put that in there. All right. Good. And then 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. Now here's the thing. If you don't like mushroom soup, you can use cream of celery soup. You can use cream of anything soup. The trick is you want 2 cans of cream of something soup. You can make your own, or you can buy the cans. The next ingredient, 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of pepper. And I'm just going to sprinkle that in. There we go. And we have 1 bag of shredded hash browns. And this is the Great Value brand from Walmart. I've let it thaw a little bit. This has been thawing for about 1 hour. You don't have to do that. You can put it in there in a frozen state. It's just harder to stir, and I like easy. How about you? I think my butter and onions are just about ready. Be right back. Okay, so 2 minutes. I don't know if you can see, but the butter is almost all the way melted. And the onions have started to soften a little bit. And that's what we want. So we're going to put this into our bowl, the onions and butter mixture, and then we're going to stir it up. We want this mixture stirred up before we want to stir up this mixture before we put our hash browns in, so that we make sure that all of that flavor gets everywhere in every bit of those hash browns. The last thing we're going to add is our cheese. So let's get this stirred up. Perfect. Can you see in there? Get all the hash browns in. There we go. And we're going to give this a stir. And you can see how much easier this is because it's not completely thawed. the potatoes are still holding their shape, and they're still cold. However, it is making it easier to stir. Let me bring you in a little bit closer. I just want to turn it over and get it nice and incorporated. There we go. And now we're going to mix up our cheese. Dump our cheese in there. And we're going to stir this up just a little bit more to stir that cheese in. And all of this delicious goodness is going to make your family very, very happy. All right, we are ready to put them in the pans. Now I have two 8x8 pans here, and I'm not sure how much this is going to fill. I think it's going to fill two 8x8 pans. And what I'm going to do is give it just a little spray with my organic extra virgin olive oil spray. There we go, just to prevent any sticking. And let me see. All right. Okay, so let's get this in our pan. So let's spread this out and see how much we have in each one, because what we want to do is divide this evenly. All right, that looks so good. Okay, now it's time to come in with the spatula and get all that goodness in there. We don't want to waste any bit of this goodness, let me tell you. Okay, so let's get this going around here. Okay. Now these little pans are really great. I got these off of Amazon. And what I'm going to do is one of them I'm going to put a lid on, and the other one I'm going to put in the oven for 50 minutes at 350. If you were making a big one, because this will make a 9x13, if you were making the whole 9x13, you would want to bake it for about 1 hour at 350 degrees. And just make sure that it gets good and bubbly, and it will be bubbly in the center. Just make sure it gets nice and bubbly and crisp around the edges. That's what you want. All right, now it's time to taste this hash brown casserole, and I can't wait. Let's see your plate, Mom. There we go. Yummy, yummy. Ooh, that crusty on the outside. Ooh, it's so hot. Be careful.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite dishes of all times. I can eat this dish at breakfast, at brunch, at lunch, for a snack and dinner, and a midnight snack. I mean, it is that good. No matter what time of day, if you ask me, would you like some hash brown casserole? My answer is going to be yes. So let's try this.
Very good.
Man, is that delicious. And that 1 teaspoon of pepper is perfect for me. Perfect for you?
Right.
Mom loves pepper, so I could probably put a whole tablespoon of pepper in this and she would not complain. She would just say, oh, that's really good.
Or a whole box.
Or a whole box. But if you're sensitive to pepper, you might want to cut down to maybe a half a teaspoon. But it's delicious, and I hope that you try it. And thanks to Mom. I didn't introduce her. This is my mom, Nancy. I've neglected to introduce you.
But I'm so busy eating food, I don't matter. I didn't even think about it.
This is my mom, Nancy, and she is my official taste tester and guide through all things cooking and baking. If I ever have a question, I always ask her. And so you'll see her quite a bit on this channel, especially when it comes to cooking.
Because I like to eat.
Mom's love language is cooking and feeding people. And so that's what she loves to do. And I've kind of caught that from her. So you have a great day, and I will see you next time on Cedar Craft.